this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Work can be a little weird. Cringy training seminars, coworkers who won't stop talking about their plant, forgetting the mute button at an inopportune moment. We have to deal with a lot on any given workday. Sometimes it can feel hard to thrive and move forward in your career. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in. LinkedIn helps you get ideas and insights from experts in your field, connect with people professionally, grow your network, and access tools designed to help you find the right fit for your next role. Whether you're just getting started, figuring out your next move, or looking to accelerate your career, LinkedIn is built to support you at every stage because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/know stuff to learn more.
If audiobooks are your thing and you've been meaning to listen to more of them, you should check out a podcast called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audio Club, hosted by Cal Penn. Each episode spotlights standout audiobooks on Audible across all kinds of genres: sci-fi, comedy, romance, thrillers, and more, with Cal talking to guests who help break down what makes each story worth listening to. It's a fun, easy way to discover your next great audiobook. Check out Earsay on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to Stuff You Should Know from HowStuffWorks.com.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark. There's Charles W. Chuck Bryant, and Jerry's in a certain kind of mood today.
Ah.
She's making jokes and stuff, talking.
Yeah. She made a joke that would have been great for the show, and I was like, well, look at you. And then she was like, oh, I didn't say you could use that joke, though.
Yeah, it's hers.
Man.
She's got her spinning bow tie on today.
I'm going to say the joke. Jerry said that her blood type was A positive, which she thought was the most optimistic of blood types.
It doesn't even make sense.
Sure it does.
No, it doesn't.
She's A positive person.
Oh, I see. I think of A positive as like A plus. So like you're the
star student.
Yeah, the star student of the blood type.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense, though. That's not a bad joke, Jerry, now that I understand it.
It's the first joke she's given us in 7 years.
Way to go, Jerry. That's going to be a trivia question years down the road.
That's right. Just knock it off.
What was
now.
Jerry's one joke?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
Do you know your blood type?
I'm feeling A positive myself.
I'm feeling O negative.
Wow, this joke just keeps on giving.
I don't even know my blood type.
I don't know mine either.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's great.
And I've never had to. I mean, I've given blood, obvi, but I've never received blood.
Peek at the records?
No.
Don't they test your blood type?
I guess, but I don't know.
It should be on your donor card, I think.
You know what? I do have, and this is so silly, I have some dog tags that I made when I was in high school because I just thought it was cool to wear a dog tag.
In shop? Did you make it in shop?
No, I didn't make it myself. I had them made.
Oh, I see. Oh, like, hey, Richie Rich.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to get dog tags because that's neato. And I don't know. I went through a little phase, I guess.
A dog tag phase. And is your blood type on those?
It is, and I actually know where they are, so I could go find that.
I can wait.
All right, I'll be back. Just give me a couple hours.
Well, I legitimately have no idea what my blood type is.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go through a dog tag phase.
Yeah.
And it's not on my birth certificate. I went and looked. Not there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Was your real name your real name?
I think so. I'm pretty sure I wasn't an abducted baby.
I've always had this fear that, like, I look at my birth certificate and find out I'm like 3 years older or something than I thought I was.
That's a strange fear.
Which would explain a lot. Really?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
If you were what?
I'm 44 now.
If you were 40, yeah, you are. Happy birthday.
Thank you. If I was 47.
Yeah, you and Julius Caesar just celebrated a birthday.
That would be bad.
Yeah. Or was it his birthday or he just died? That was his death day.
Yeah, that was the opposite of his birthday.
Yeah. Although some people have died on their birthday. Some famous people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't remember who, though, but at least one famous person.
Sure.
Was it Edison or Alexander Graham Bell? Somebody like that.
But did they die because of their birthday?
Thomas Jefferson, maybe?
Yeah?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't anything like that as far as I know. Like, they didn't, like,
party so
heave
hard
their last breath blowing out their candles.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be pretty neat.
So, blood types.
Yeah.
Did you know much about this?
No, I did not.
I didn't either. I just suspected it was fascinating. I had a vague awareness of it because, remember the 10 scientists who were their own guinea pigs episode? Yeah. Carl Landsteiner makes an appearance in that.
Landsteiner.
Yeah.
Which I think means, well, Stein is stone.
So landstoner.
He's a landstoner.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Good for him. He was quite a doctor, though, for a landstoner.
He was fearless.
Yeah.
Well, not really fearless. He was fearless about needles. He didn't mind drawing blood from himself.
Sure.
But the reason we bring up Karl Landsteiner is because he's the guy who finally discovered blood types.
Way back in like the 1500s, right?
1900.
Yeah, exactly.
He got the Nobel for it in 1930.
Yeah, so it's pretty recent stuff here, you know?
Yeah.
But I thought the history, you did the research on this, which...
Thanks, man.
Hats off to you.
I appreciate it.
I thought the history of it was super interesting.
So, yeah, Karl Landsteiner was the first guy, and we'll talk about him a little more in depth than what he did. But he was the first guy to identify the ABO blood types.
Yeah.
But prior to him, people were aware that there was some weirdness with blood and that you couldn't just mix the stuff willy-nilly and expect good results. Because for a very long time, humans, thanks to horrible things like vivisection, knew that our blood was very, very vital. It was a vital life force.
Yeah, and, back in the day, I think we've talked about bleeding and barbers before, but they were real big on taking blood out of people. And at some point, I guess some doctors must have, taken some drugs and thought, I wonder what would happen if we put blood into a person.
Right. Well, I mean, if you think about it, if you're like, this is a vital life force, if you have somebody who's dying from bleeding out, like a hemorrhage,
exactly,
which happened a lot, like during childbirth, for example,
sure,
then you would think, maybe if I took some healthy blood and put it into a dying person who's bleeding to death, they'll come back.
Yeah, and of course, they had all sorts of like crazy notions back then, so they thought it could, like bleeding someone out, they thought putting blood back in someone could cure weird things like insanity,
right?
Which we know now has nothing to do with that kind of thing.
Right. So they said, well, let's try this. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
They didn't start with human blood, oddly enough.
Yeah,
they went right to the animal blood.
Yeah.
And it was not good when they started taking blood from animals like cows, calves, and injecting it into human patients.
Yeah, there was a French doctor that put calf's blood into a madman.
Yeah, Jean-Baptiste Denis.
Was that the doctor or the madman?
That was the doctor.
Oh, okay. And he, the madman started to sweat and vomit and urinate the color of chimney soot. And I guess the doctor said, yep, he's a madman.
And then he gave him another transfusion after that.
And then he died.
And then the guy died. And actually, Denis was charged with murder for that. And
really?
He was forced to quit medicine.
Oh, man.
It was very, very scandalous. Even though he was experimenting on a madman, which, at the time was pretty much fair game for anything.
Sure.
I think the horrific accounts of the whole thing really kind of captured the national imagination.
Yeah.
And as a result, the Decree of Chalais was issued by the French monarchy that basically said, oh, no more transfusions. And for a while, like basically 150 years, it was banned in France. And the effect that it had kind of extended over the continent. It was basically de facto banned throughout Europe because these horrible experiments by Denis and others that had these terrible results. It was like, you guys, this is mad science, and you can't do that anymore because it's really bad news.
Well, France also banned ketchup.
When?
Like 3 years ago.
They banned ketchup, but is catsup around still?
No, they didn't ban the spelling of ketchup. They banned the condiment in school cafeterias. And I think a lot of people were put it on like French cuisine, like they don't want ketchup on their cuisine, but it had to do with
the sugar?
Yeah, the sugar intake.
Yeah.
But they said it's okay for French fries.
Which they just call fries over there.
Exactly. Fritz, I think.
Yeah.
So they banned ketchup, and then a long time ago they banned blood transfusions.
That's right.
Thank you, France.
The edict, or the Decree of Chalais.
That's right. And it stayed that way for a long time. There were doctors here and there in the 19th century that experimented around a little bit, of course.
Yeah, well, the Decree of Chalais was 1668, and it really was prohibitive until the mid-19th century, the early 19th century.
Well, and that's when a guy named a physician in Britain named James Blundell was tired of seeing his patients die during childbirth, bleeding out like you were talking about.
Yeah, he's one of the heroes of the story.
He is. And he said, you know what? there's got to be a better way. And let me try and put blood that's not an animal into someone.
Yeah, the thing that Blundell figured out was that the great error that the early French doctors were doing was using the blood of a brute, as he put it.
Yeah.
That
doesn't mean a jerk.
Right, right.
It means an animal.
Right. The guy's like, just let me watch my rugby.
Yeah.
The mixing like the blood of one species with another, Blundell decided was just a really bad move, and that's what had caused these horrible reactions. So
a really good start.
Right. So human blood, he decided should work. It would possibly work. And he faced an immediate problem, which was you have no means of getting blood out of somebody and into somebody else at this point, Blundell. Yeah. What are you going to do? So he invented a contraption for it. The first blood transfusion contraption was invented by James Blundell for this very reason.
Yeah, and he got some dogs, and he practiced on them. And I have a bad feeling that some of those dogs probably died.
I would guess so.
Along the way.
Yeah.
But he eventually got to a guy that was bleeding to death, and I guess the guy was like, Doctor, I'm bleeding a lot, and could you take some of that blood and put it back into me?
Right. But because
I think that might be a good idea.
Right, right.
Because I'm told it's important.
Like, chimney soot, urine be darned.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go for this.
Sure.
And he did. Then the guy died.
Well, yeah, but it was 2 days, which wasn't too bad. So I guess he was like, he didn't see vomit or charcoal soot urine.
Right, and the guy did say he was feeling less fainty. So it did revive him for 2 days.
That's a great prognosis, I think.
Less fainty. I'm feeling much better now.
But because he didn't see all those awful reactions immediately, he was sort of onto something.
Yes.
Even though the guy died.
He was encouraged by the results, right?
Yeah.
So he went on to perform, I believe, 10 more blood transfusions. And the results, as the author of one of the articles we use for research, Carl Zimmer, who wrote a great article in Mosaic about blood types.
Yeah.
As he put it, the results were dismal. 4 out of the 10 survived.
That's not too bad.
I'm kind of like, if this guy is just shooting in the dark at mixing human blood together, and
he got a 40% rate.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
Yeah, I agree.
But what he proved was that you can take human blood and transfer it from one human to another, but there's still something we don't know. Like, it should be 100% success rate. What's the problem here? And he never lived to see the answer to it. But it was Karl Landsteiner who figured it out. Before them, because Blundell's success rate was still pretty low, and he was working in the 1820s, something like that. In the mid-19th century, there was a weird little sidetrack that took place.
Is this the milk thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In North America, in Canada and the United States, doctors decided that milk would be a better substitute for transfusions than blood.
Yeah. Were they mixing milk into the blood, or were they just saying...
injecting milk directly into the bloodstream.
Here is some sheep's milk.
Yep. Goat.
It looks or smells or tastes nothing like human blood, but let's give it a shot.
Their thinking was that the fats in the milk would be converted into white blood cells and then into red blood cells in the bloodstream.
Oy.
So,
not even close.
They tried with cow, they tried with goat, and then eventually they tried with human milk. And they were doing like massive doses of the stuff, like 12 ounces. A beer bottle's worth of goat milk injected directly into the human bloodstream. And the results were really, really bad. One patient suddenly experienced, nystagmus, which is uncontrollable, like eye movements, and vertigo, and spasms, like immediately upon injecting.
Oh yeah,
and they're still they're giving more injections.
Right.
Some of them were like, okay, this is going to work.
Maybe this will subside.
Giving them too much, right? So people were slipping into comas and dying, and finally everyone was like, "This is wrong. This is not good. Let's stop doing this." And they started using saline.
Yeah, you know who also used injected milk?
Who?
Michael Jackson.
That was a totally different kind of milk, but
That's right. What was the name of that stuff? Propofol?
We never get it right. But I think it is propofol.
Propofol?
I think you just got it right.
Man, so sad.
As a little side note, one of the patients was given milk, and then to support that injection, they were injected with morphine and then whiskey. So they're just basically putting anything they wanted to into the bloodstreams of people back then.
That's crazy.
So the point is this, Chuck. There was a little sidetrack, and the reason there was a sidetrack is because still, even after Blundell's experiments were successful in some cases, blood transfusions still had a really bad name.
Yeah, they started to kind of figure it out a little bit, though, in at least what the problem was when they started to mix blood from different people together in test tubes, and they saw clumping. They saw red blood cells sticking together.
Yeah.
And said, you know what? The reason why this is happening is because these are all from sick people.
Right.
That was their explanation at first. Like, we got a bunch of sick blood, we're mixing it with sick blood, so that's why it's doing all these funky things. And it wasn't until the landstoner came around and said, you know what? Maybe I should try to mix the blood of healthy people together and see what happens.
Yeah, see if that
a
clumps.
Landmark idea.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they knew that blood clumped. That's one of the reasons they went to milk. But they just thought it was because, well, you're sick already. There's nothing that could be done about that. But yeah, when Landsteiner came along and thought that, it was groundbreaking. And he did it with his own blood and with the blood of some of his lab assistants. And he just started taking blood samples and then just randomly mixing together people's blood to see if it clumped. And when it didn't clump, he started mapping these patterns and ultimately came up with what's now known as the ABO blood typing group. Although initially he came up with type A, type B, and type C.
Yeah, and then later on we found out about AB.
Right, and C was changed to O.
Yeah, but it was, it was pretty crazy that he could even, he separated his plasma from his red blood cells. It's nuts that he was even able to do that back then.
Yeah.
I didn't know things were that advanced.
Yeah, well, you just inject some morphine and whiskey into your blood and it just kind of falls to the side.
Plasma, by the way, you hear that word a lot. You may not know what it is. It's just mostly water. It's the liquid portion of your blood. Mm-hmm. It's the taxi cab, basically, that carries everything around.
It carries the red blood cells.
Among other things.
Yeah.
Hormones, waste, nutrients, all sorts of stuff.
So this was like a really, really, really big advancement in medical science.
Yeah, but what did he say?
Oh, he had a great quote.
This is my favorite, like this landmark discovery, and he was kind of like, well, you might just want to look.
The springtime thaw is finally here. Flowers are blooming, days are longer. We're saying yes to more plans and finally getting outside, running, walking, just moving again. It's the perfect time to upgrade your everyday go-tos with Bombas. Take Bombas Sport Socks. They're super comfortable and designed with sport-specific tech for running, cycling, yoga, hiking, you name it. I use them to run in, and I can tell you they work beautifully. So head over to bombas.com and use code SYSK for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com, code SYSK at checkout.
Running a business is hard enough, so why make it harder with a dozen different apps that don't talk to each other? One for sales, another for inventory, a separate one for accounting. Before you know it, you are drowning in software instead of growing your business.
And this is where Odoo comes in. Odoo is the only business software you'll ever need. It's an all-in-one, fully integrated platform that handles everything: CRM, accounting, inventory, e-commerce, HR, and more. No more app overload, no more juggling logins, just one seamless system that makes work easier.
And the best part, Odoo replaces multiple expensive platforms for a fraction of the cost. It's built to grow with your business, whether you're just starting out or already scaling up. Plus, it's easy to use, customizable, and designed to streamline every process. So you can focus on what really matters, which is running your business. Thousands of businesses have made the switch, so why not you?
Try Odoo for free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Get this.
He goes, it might be mentioned that the reported observations may assist in the explanation of various consequences of therapeutic blood transfusions.
Yeah.
Like, it's possible, you
so,
morons, that this is what's been killing people all the time.
Yeah.
There's blood types.
I don't know his personality, though, so I don't know how to read that. Sounds a little smarmy.
I took it as he was being very humble.
Oh. Okay.
That's how I took it.
That's because you're A positive.
That's right.
But what this did was
save millions and millions and millions of lives.
I mean, it opened the door for everything to come when it comes to blood typing. And after this break, we are going to get a little bit into what these blood types are and what they mean. right. We're back, and we are talking about blood types and what this means, and it's really pretty simple.
It is. It's elegant.
I
love it.
On your red blood cells, you can have lots of things, but you can have sugars and proteins, and those sugars and proteins can be expressed as antigens. And antigens are something that your immune system says, hey, you got a foreign invader coming. You might want to do something about it.
Right. It's something that your body can take as a foreign invader, even if it's not a foreign invader, or even if it's not harmful. But it's something that's found on the surface of your red blood cells.
Like pollen is an antigen. We talked about that in the allergy podcast.
Right. So a blood type, at its core, is just a description of what kind of antigen is found on the surface of your red blood cells.
Right, which is just a sugar or a protein.
Right, depending. So if you have A-type blood, you have the A antigen present on your cells. If you have B-type blood, you have the B antigen. If you have O-type blood, you have neither A nor B. And then if you have AB, you have both A and B antigens present on the surface of your blood.
That's right.
Sounds pretty simple. There's no real issues here, except that blood types are also associated with the type of antibody your body produces, right?
That's right. And that's a protein that your immune system uses to attack a foreign invader or what it thinks is a foreign invader.
Sure. So if you have type A blood, your body produces B antibodies, which means that when your body comes in contact with type B antigens, which would be found on type B blood cells, right?
That's right.
Your body goes crazy and launches an immune response and attacks those antigens.
Yes. And the other way around in that case with A and B.
Yeah.
They don't like each other.
No, they don't. So not only do they have opposing antigens, they have opposing antibodies. So if you mix A and B blood together, bad things are going to happen.
Yeah. And you know what? You can also be allergic to your own blood.
Yeah.
Which is not good. When we talked about mistaken identity, that is something called hemolytic anemia and immune hemolytic anemia. And it sounds immediately like I thought, well, you're dead if you've got that.
Yeah.
Because your blood's allergic to itself.
Yeah, apparently people live with it or are able to.
Almost everyone does. It's really rare to lead to death these days.
That's so crazy.
I did look it up, though, and the first symptom it listed was feeling grumpy, which I thought was like, well, perhaps we all have it.
Eeyore has immune hemolytic anemia.
So like we said, A and B do not like each other at all. I think you said they're like the Hatfields and the McCoys of blood types.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a complete opposition to one another.
That's right.
Type O, though, is different.
Yeah.
So type O doesn't have...
along with everybody.
It does. It doesn't have any antigens on the blood cell surface. So, as far as blood transfusions go, you could take type O and give it to type B people, type A people, and type O people, and even type AB people, which makes type O the universal donor.
Right. O negative specifically. But that sounds all great, and it is. Mm-hmm. But because it doesn't have antigens, it produces antibodies against A and B antigens.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, antibodies against A and B antigens.
That's what you said.
Oh, okay. Which means it can only accept O transfusions.
Yeah, which is sad because they're the universal donor.
They can give...
But they can't. They can only get from other O's.
Yeah.
Because they have antibodies against everything but O's, right?
Man.
AB is the opposite of O. They're actually the universal recipient.
Right. They have the A and B antigen on the surface of the red blood cells, but like you said, they are the universal recipient. So that's great. They don't have any antibodies at all.
Right. So they can take.
Strange.
They can take A. They can take B. They can take O. But they have the antigens A and B, so A, B, or O can't take AB blood.
Yeah.
So they just take.
To recap.
I'm sure I have AB blood. I'm positive of it.
You think?
Yeah.
To recap, there's a handy little chart here, which we do not have.
No, but it's from the American Red Cross website.
Yeah, like, I think everyone that works at the Red Cross probably has this printed out, like, in their wallet.
I'm sure so. You know? Everyone who's listening to this in the Red Cross, share it with somebody.
Group O, though, can donate red blood cells to anybody. Group A can donate red blood cells to A's and ABs. Mm-hmm. Group B can donate red blood cells to B's and ABs.
Yep.
And Group AB can donate to other ABs, but can receive it from all others.
Take.
Pretty neat.
So there you go. That's the type ABO blood type. And it was a sweeping discovery.
And that's it, right? No more about blood types.
No, this is the end. Beautiful friend.
It is not.
The end. No, because it turns out the ABO blood typing or blood groups are really one of many. 22 we're up to by now.
Yeah. Remember earlier I was talking about,
positive or negative?
Well, that too, but, I was talking about the
dog tags?
Yeah, I was talking about that too.
Sugars?
What else?
Proteins.
Boom.
Sugars?
Yes, sugars and proteins
Awesome.
are the two different antigens that you can have on your red blood cells. We said that the ABO grouping are the sugars, so that leaves the proteins, and that's where you get into the RH. If you've ever heard your blood is negative or positive, it was named after the rhesus monkey, spelled RHESUS, which they were obviously the test subjects.
Yeah.
It basically just says if you are positive for that protein or negative for that protein.
Yeah, it's another antigen, and either you have it or you don't.
Boom.
So you can be O negative, O positive. So that would mean that you are in the O type blood group. So you have O sugar antigens on, or you don't have A or B on your blood cell surface.
Right.
But if you're O positive, you would have neither A or B on your surface, but you would have the rhesus antigen on there.
Right. And just like the ABO types, the RH types don't mix either.
No, as a matter of fact, there's a really terrible condition called mother-fetus incompatibility, which means the mother is RH negative and the baby is RH positive.
Yeah.
So as the baby's developing, its blood cells that carry the RH antigen are taken as foreign invaders by the mother's blood, so the fetus is attacked by the mother's immune system. Not a good position for a fetus to be in.
But this is also very treatable these days.
Yeah, I got that impression.
Yeah, I looked into it. It used to be a really scary thing, obviously, but now they know how to treat it. And I think on the your firstborn, it's not really a big deal at all.
Oh, yeah, and the reason why...
Because the blood's not mixing, right?
Right. Well, no, that first exposure, your body's like, what the heck is this? It gets caught off guard. Second one, it's kind of like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm going to get you. And it goes after the fetus, and then it just this immune response gets more and more heightened with each pregnancy. I'm almost positive that's the case. I ran across it during research for this, and if I'm not mistaken, that's what happens.
Okay. Well, I know that 85% roughly of the population is RH positive. So, you have much more likelihood to be RH positive than negative.
Okay.
In life.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I would have guessed negative would be more common.
Why?
I don't know. I just guessed that.
You need to improve your outlook, my friend.
So, the RH blood groups, the ABO blood groups, they're two of, I think 22 at least total blood groups that have been identified. There's other ones like Diego, Kidd, Kell, Duffy blood groups, and all of them are descriptors of antigens that can be found on the surface of a person's red blood cells. So your blood type can go far beyond A positive or O negative.
Yeah.
It can be like A negative, Duffy positive, Kell to the third power.
Really?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Why not? But it's just basically the presence or the absence of these different antigens, and these combinations can form. The thing is, we now know, and Landsteiner figured it out early on, but didn't discover the actual mechanism. But we know that each one is controlled by a different gene or a mutation on a specific gene. And like I said, Landsteiner kind of figured it out early on that it was heritable, that blood types are heritable. And as a result, blood typing was used in early paternity tests, like almost from the outset of Landsteiner's research.
Sure. The other thing that they found out was that you can also be it sounds a little gross, a secretor or a non-secretor.
Yeah.
Which means that if you're a secretor, your antigens can be secreted into other fluids like saliva or mucus in your body to ward off other infections. And,
like usually at the surface of the skin.
Yeah, so I think 80% are secretors in the United States. And that's just another subclassification even.
Yeah, and the fuzz
sounds
use
a little
that
gross.
to rule people out quickly. Like whether
fuzz.
you're a secretor or non-secretor. Yeah.
Louis a secretor. We got a secretor here.
Right. He's secreting all over the place.
So like you said, the landowner determined that you could test paternity. And because of that, in the 1990s, that led to the discovery of that ABO gene.
Yeah.
And basically, if you can have that A antigen be expressed, or if something is a little tweaked, you can have that B antigen expressed.
Right. Or if they're both tweaked, you can have both AB. I think in that case, you inherit the A mutation from one parent and the G mutation from another parent.
Yeah. Did you say G?
B.
The G. There's another blood type, the AG.
I just came up with it.
And then if it's completely shut off, then that is where you get your O blood type.
Right. But we have to point out that the ABO blood type isn't like the A is the presence of an antigen, B is the presence of an antigen, and O is the presence of nothing.
Right.
It's not the case. Again, Carl Zimmer in that Mosaic article put it like if the A antigen is like a two-story home in one form or fashion, and the B antigen is like a different type of two-story home. The O is like the single-story ranch that the second stories are built on top of.
Mid-century modern.
Yeah, which I love. It's my preference in houses.
I like those too. I wonder what blood type the double wide trailer is.
I don't know. It's a single story, so technically it'd be O as well.
They're secretors for sure.
So Chuck, you said that Rh positive was the most common for the Rh blood type, right?
That's right.
What's the most common for ABO types?
Well, you've got O positive is the most common. Then you've got A, then you've got B, and then you've got AB as the least common.
Gotcha.
And across ethnic groups, it's pretty interesting. Hispanic folks have higher number of O's. Asian folks have a higher number of B's. And there's reasons for this, which we'll get into later.
Yep.
That are pretty interesting, I think.
Yeah. So
it's called a teaser.
We should say we've kind of touched on what happens when you mix blood. You remember the chimney soot urine. But the real, on the molecular level, on the cellular level, what's going on when you mix blood types is that the antigens present in one blood type that doesn't mix with another one attracts the antibodies.
Yeah, because it thinks it's some foreign invader.
Yeah, so it's like
it mounts the troops.
You're coming into a house that has antibodies that are primed against the antigens on your blood, right?
Right.
And those antibodies surround the antigens and just kind of collect and clump around the red blood cells. That's agglutination.
Yeah, that just sounded gross to me.
It does. It's a gross word.
I think I figured it out. Medical terms that have G's in them.
And glug?
Yeah, it just sounds kind of gross.
Yeah.
Because what happens after agglutination is it coagulates.
Yeah, your blood.
And that sounds gross too.
Yeah, and that thickened blood is tough to pump through your body.
It's pretty simple, really.
So you get blood clots everywhere.
Yeah.
And you have trouble breathing.
Yep.
Your lungs fill with blood, and you drown in it. And again, if you're injected with cow milk, your eyes go crazy and you spasm and slip into a coma and die.
But if not, you're just going to drown in your own internal bleeding in your lungs.
But what's going on is the result of a massive immune response launched by your body because of the presence of what it takes as a foreign invader. If you take the blood of somebody with the same blood type as yours, even though it comes from another person entirely, your blood is used to the antigen present on that blood type because that's the one it produces itself, and it just thinks it's more the same blood that it produced in your body.
That's right. So this is all super interesting. I guess after this break, we're going to talk a little bit about why we have blood types and where they came from to begin with.
Running a business is hard enough, so why make it harder with a dozen different apps that don't talk to each other? One for sales, another for inventory, a separate one for accounting. Before you know it, you are drowning in software instead of growing your business.
And this is where Odoo comes in. Odoo is the only business software you'll ever need. It's an all-in-one, fully integrated platform that handles everything: CRM, accounting, inventory, e-commerce, HR, and more. No more app overload, no more juggling logins, just one seamless system that makes work easier.
And the best part, Odoo replaces multiple expensive platforms for a fraction of the cost. It's built to grow with your business, whether you're just starting out or already scaling up. Plus, it's easy to use, customizable, and designed to streamline every process. So you can focus on what really matters, which is running your business. Thousands of businesses have made the switch. So why not you?
Try Odoo for free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Hey everybody, I want to talk to you a little bit about Tide Evo because it represents over 10 years of innovation and product development. Tide Evo is a first-of-its-kind technology where tens of thousands of minuscule fibers are spun together to form a 6 times powerful layer packed with scrubbers, brighteners, pre-treaters, and fresheners. And that's going to deliver a breakthrough clean that's so powerful it feels like magic.
Yeah, it is kind of like magic. Tide Evo is revolutionary. A 100% concentrated, waterless laundry tile that's made of compressed microfiber soap layers rather than liquid or powder. And it's not like pods or sheets because it uses 6 layers of detergent fibers to deliver superior cold water cleaning without plastic packaging of any kind. And it provides a mess-free, lightweight solution that dissolves lickety-split. So whenever you run into a laundry challenge, turn to Tide Evo. It's revolutionary. It's magic. Try new Tide Evo. Real laundry magic.
All right. Before the break, my friend, we were talking about where do blood types come from?
It's true. I didn't realize that was the title of the segment.
Well, I don't even know what that accent was or who that was supposed to be.
It was the one group that you can make fun of now, which is this non-existent one you just made.
The indefinable group.
I was thinking about that the other day. Is there anybody left? Germans? You can make fun of Germans still, right?
You can make fun of white men.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
been asking for it for millennia.
Totally.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can say to a white man that is, truly offensive. It's true.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Sad.
Man, this just took a really surprising turn.
I remember my sociology teacher in college taught us that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because he was putting up bad words about different races and ethnic groups and sexes, and he's like, you might notice something. He's like, there's no word that you can call a white man that is truly, truly offensive.
Yeah.
And there really isn't. I mean,
it's true.
A D-bag, I guess, but that's not offensive. You're just either that or you're not.
Yeah, it's the truth or it's not.
All right, so let's get back to blood types. Where did it come from?
I know who it is. It's Balki Bartakamus.
Ah, I can't make... No, he was from an unknown country, right?
Yeah, Mykonos.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so primate species, my friend. We found out that primate species had blood that you could mix with human blood. It wasn't a cow. Wasn't a sheep, but primates, because they're closer relatives than cows and sheep to us.
Well, that was the assumption, but still scientists were kind of scratching their heads. They're like, oh, wait a minute, what are we to make of this? Because it suggests two things. It suggests that either blood types are so old that they predate human and like chimps and gorillas' divergence.
Yeah.
So we share some sort of common ancestor that have blood types itself. Or that blood types evolved independently in different species because it's like such a great idea, right?
Right.
Either way, they still said, what are these things for?
Yeah, and some people for a long time said that O was the original, the OG blood type.
Yeah, which makes sense because it's the simplest one.
Yeah, and they thought that, our original ancestors in Africa had type O. Other people thought AB might have been the original because it evolved into A, B, and O, which that sort of makes sense too in one lens.
Right, that it was broken down into its constituents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But neither one of them, it turns out, are probably true, right?
Well, we honestly don't know. There's, first of all, not all of the primates' genes have been surveyed, so we can't really say.
But they've looked into a lot of them, right?
They have, and the results are still just kind of baffling. Like gorillas just have type B.
Yeah.
I think chimps have type A and O, but that's it.
Right.
We don't quite know what to make of it. We do know that it's not just primates that have blood types. Cats and dogs both do.
Yeah, and I'd never thought about it that you can have your cat or dog, if you want to feel really good about yourself,
yeah,
but really piss off your animals,
yeah,
you can take them in and have them give blood.
Yeah, there's like dog and cat blood banks.
Yeah, there's one right here in Decatur.
Consult your vet.
Huh? Yeah, consult your vet. Piss off your cat. Take them in to give blood and explain to them what a great thing they're doing.
Right. Right. Just wear like leather falconry gloves while you're doing it.
It is a great thing to do, but yeah, it just never occurred to me. Of course, that's what you need to do as a responsible pet owner, right?
I guess. Maybe start with donating your human blood first, and then once you got that down pat, bring your dog into the mix.
Well, you have to go to a special dog and cat blood bank.
Yeah. Consult your vet.
And I think if I look today, all of mine are too old, which is sad. I think you can't be over 7.
Oh, is that right?
Well, at least at the one in Decatur. Maybe there's different.
You're looking for spry blood.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It's very sad for me, my guys. So here's a neat thing, though, Josh. Blood types aren't even set in stone necessarily. They can change.
Isn't this mind-blowing?
It is. And I found this really neat, a couple of neat things. One is not only can it change, we'll go ahead and explain how it can change naturally.
Well, our old friend epigenetics.
Yeah.
What was that episode we did? Can my grandfather's diet shorten my life?
One of our best.
Yes, it was.
Very
and
cool.
No one has any idea it's about epigenetics because of the title.
Yeah.
But if you are looking for an epigenetics episode, go listen to that one. But basically, because of changes in the way genes are expressed, if your, say, a mutation on your gene is shut down epigenetically, then all of a sudden, over time, because red blood cells have about a 4-month lifespan and your blood is constantly regenerating itself, you will turn into an O blood type person within your lifetime.
Yeah.
You may not even notice until you get a blood transfusion.
Yeah, that's a good
then
time
you're
to
going to
notice.
notice. But I imagine that our good friends at the Red Cross test blood type, that kind of thing, with each donation.
Yeah,
and
and
just leave it to presumption.
I don't think we even pointed out, to test this, they still use a similar method of mixing blood and seeing if it clumps.
Yeah.
The same thing that the landstoner did.
Yep.
Way back in the day. So I found another couple of cool things, though. This is from 2 years ago, and I couldn't get anything more recent. I think it is still under review.
Okay.
But they think now that they can actually, not synthetically, but just not naturally change your blood type to O.
Right.
To make you, and this would be great because if you could change blood type, and this isn't in the body, this is in the blood bag.
Right.
Change it from AB to O, then that means all of a sudden you have a more valuable blood because it's more universally accepted. And what they've done is, of course, it was the University of Copenhagen, Professor Heinrich Clausen. They're always doing the best work, it seems like.
That was great stuff.
So they studied 2,500 different types of fungi and bacteria and found they were looking for proteins that could help, and they found 2 that could help. One was called Elizabeth Kingia meningospecticum septicum.
Nice.
My guess is that Professor Heinrich either has a daughter or a wife named Elizabeth.
Yeah, who's like, I got a bacteria named after me.
Or he's in big trouble. And then the other one is Bacteroidesis fragilis. And basically those 2 yielded enzymes that remove those A and B antigens.
Yeah, they just shear those sugars off. They go and
Crazy.
eat it.
And made it the O type.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that's at now, but that was just from 2 years ago. And then this case of this girl that doctors say is a 1 in 6 billion event. At 9 years old, she got a liver transplant, and everyone knows when you get an organ transplant, getting it to take is a big deal.
Yeah.
Not having it rejected. And what they do is they give you medication, usually for life, to make sure it stays not rejected. What they found with her was that when she got her new liver, the drugs actually made her sick, the ones to keep her from rejecting it. And what they found when they tested her blood was that her body was changing its blood type and completely changed its blood type to where she didn't need those drugs anymore.
It changed from O negative to O positive, right?
Yep. And she completely went off those drugs. And I think she's like 20 years old now. And the doctors, I don't think they have any explanation for it other than, I guess this can happen.
Yeah. Her body was like the kind of local tough that fights with pool cues or something like that, you know? It's like, all right, this is what I got to do. I got to do what I got to do.
Keep this liver. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was super awesome. 1 in 6 billion. It's pretty nice to have that quantified for you.
Yeah.
You know?
I bet she feels like a lucky lady.
Yep. So, Chuck, we've kind of laid out by now that blood types are confounding science still.
Yeah.
But there are some guesses, some assumptions about why we have them. Although that is still the question that plagues blood researchers. Why do we have blood types?
Well, you'd think it was because they're fighting off bloodborne invaders. Like that's why we have them, but that doesn't explain why we have different ones.
Right, exactly. And then what confounds it even further is the fact that apparently some blood types actually increase your susceptibility to some bloodborne invaders.
Yeah, so some blood types help fight certain diseases and not others. And like you said, then there are others that make you more susceptible.
Yeah, and not only in the case of like where, not having this A antigen makes me more susceptible because the A antigen fights off, say, malaria.
Yeah, malaria.
More. It's not even the case of that. In some cases, having an antigen proves to be food for certain kind of germs and bacteria that cause illness.
Yeah, like it actually binds easier.
Yeah, it binds, or they eat like the sugar or the protein and they just go attack your body. Like it's like food, like your blood type is food to certain kinds of diseases that make you terribly sick, right? So from an evolutionary standpoint, those things should not exist.
Yeah, the only thing to me that makes sense is when you included this word in here, which is variation.
Yeah.
And that to me makes sense because variation is generally pretty good for a population.
Right.
Because it covers more bases. And in this case, that may be why. I mean, they have found, Kevin Kane, this guy at University of Toronto, did a lot of investigating on this and found that, like you said, it was type O, protects against malaria better. Type A makes you more susceptible to smallpox.
Yeah.
Type B, you're more likely to be infected by E. coli. So it's just, you should know what your blood type is and what you're more likely to get and not get.
Yeah.
I would think.
And again, remember we said that, that some antigens serve as binding sites for certain kinds of bacteria.
Yeah.
Same thing with the norovirus, which has nothing to do with your bloodstream.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to make any sense at first.
At first, until you find out that not only does your body express your blood type antigens on the surface of your red blood cells, it also expresses them on the surface of the cells that line your gut.
Right.
And norovirus has a lot to do with your gut. So specifically, I think if you're type O, you have basically what amounts to a landing pad for norovirus to bind to, and you are really going to be hating it compared to everybody else on the cruise ship that has type A, B, or AB.
Or if you're type O, you might get a ruptured Achilles tendon or an ulcer a little more easily.
Isn't that weird? Yeah, they've linked a lot of susceptibility to illnesses to different blood types. So infections, cancers, memory loss, heart disease.
Yeah.
Get this, type A blood types are most susceptible to stress, which makes a lot of sense because the type A personality is like
I don't think those are linked.
Go.
Yeah.
Let's get things done kind of thing.
Yeah.
Type A.
But that's not what,
We don't know.
All this ignorance, though, led to a discovery. Well, it didn't lead to, but it's exemplified by the discovery in 1952 in Bombay, patients that didn't have A, B, O blood type at all.
Yeah.
Confounding.
It's called the Bombay phenotype, and it was discovered in the 50s. And basically it's
really rare.
Again, Carl Zimmer comes in to say if O's that single-story ranch and A is a two-story and B is a two-story house, then this Bombay phenotype is an empty, vacant lot.
Yeah.
Like these are the guys that have nothing there.
Yeah.
As far as AB goes.
And in India, you're about 1 in 10,000. You have 1 in 10,000 chance of having this blood type, and 1 in 4 million in the world.
But the thing that's confounding about it is these people don't appear to be any more or less fit or healthy than people in the ABO blood group.
Yeah, it's just if you need that blood, you're in bad shape.
Yeah, you have to get Bombay.
Because I think blood has a shelf life of about 42 days. So, I mean, imagine places like India and Bombay especially, they probably have a lot more of this on hand. But if you're traveling in the United States, maybe, you might have a bit of a time if you're bleeding out.
I would guess so.
It was also a General Hospital subplot.
Was it really?
Yeah. I was just poking around, and it was like leave it to a soap opera to make that like the rarest blood type a subplot, a paternity subplot. It was how they proved out paternity for one of the doctors.
Somebody had the Bombay phenotype?
Oh, yeah. They're like, it is you because you have the Bombay phenotype.
And you're a secretor. Say the fuzz.
Gross.
So we've talked about how the blood types they make you more or less susceptible to disease, right?
Yeah.
They think that that's one of the reasons why different blood types appear in different ethnic groups differently. They think that it's evidence that in the not too distant evolutionary past, certain parasites or bacteria or germs or viruses that have some sort of preference for a certain blood type passed through an area and largely wiped out the people with that blood type. And left the other blood type standing. Yeah,
we were talking earlier about in China and actually in Russia and India too, they have a lot more blood type B. And that is because the bubonic plague and malaria outbreaks that swept through those countries not too long ago and basically wiped out a lot of the O's and A's.
So you've got a lot more B's.
Yeah.
This hasn't been proven.
Right.
Again, in science, things aren't proven, but there's more and more and more evidence that backs it up.
Seems to be a correlation.
There is. And it's not just China, Russia, and India. Africa has a lot of type O people, which is less susceptible to malaria.
Yeah.
And Africa has a lot of malaria.
Yeah.
So it does make a lot of sense that that's what happened. So even if the reason we have blood types isn't because it provides a defense against bloodborne illnesses or whatever, it's a function for sure of blood types.
Yeah.
If you want to not get teleological here.
Well, who does?
Teleologists. Telesavalists.
So we'll finish up here with two examples of, one example of hokum, one example that may or may not be hokum, but is probably hokum.
At the very least, it's fun.
The blood type diet. There was a naturopath named Peter Diadamo. I actually, funny enough, I was like, how do you pronounce that? I found an old Regis and Kathy Lee. I don't know if I would trust that.
Well, he was standing next to him, and he seemed to agree with it. So
usually, though, when it's a D apostrophe, it's just Dodamo and not Diadamo.
He didn't correct Regis.
Well, who does?
Kathy Lee.
Oh, this is pre-Kelly Ripa.
Yeah, it was Regis and Kathy Lee.
Oh, well, so she was drunk. And Regis is Regis.
Jeez.
All right, this is in 1996. He is a naturopath, what my wife calls a hokey pokey doctor. And he published a very famous and popular book called Eat Right for Number 4, Your Type. Eat Right for Your Type. 7 million copies to date. 60 languages it's been translated into. And he postulated that our blood types came along over the years as we evolved, and that we should eat according to when our blood type, what was going on when our blood type first came about.
Right, like evolutionarily speaking.
Exactly.
So like I think he decided that the type O blood type came about during hunter-gatherer era.
Yeah, and you saying he decided is very key here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it was based on other than his guesses.
Sure.
But then he said type A was the dawn of agriculture. Type B was from the Himalayan highlands 10,000 to 15,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And then he said type AB is a modern blending of type A and type B. Right?
Pretty convenient.
So if you, for example, are type A, your blood type came about during the hunter-gatherer days.
Yeah.
And your diet should consist mostly of like raw vegetarian foods.
No, that's during the dawn of agriculture. Hunter-gatherer would be meat eaters.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So that would be type O, would be the meat eaters, right? So type A would be dawn of agriculture. So you would eat, vegetables, crops.
Or should, he says.
Legumes.
Yeah. Type O, meat rich.
Right.
No grains and dairy. Type B, lots of dairy. Also called the death diet.
Right.
And to avoid foods that aren't suited to your blood type, and he did this, he said it will reduce infections and you'll lose weight and you can fight cancer and I can sell books.
A lot of books.
Pretty much was the reason. And they've done testing over the years.
Well, the Red Cross of Belgium did.
Well, a lot of people have. And they've all said this is not true.
No, the Red Cross of Belgium did a survey of 1,000 studies and found no direct evidence supporting the health effects of the ABO blood type diet, end quote.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that these diets aren't good for you. For example, that type A diet, it's basically vegetarianism. So of course you're going to lose weight. You're going to lower your body mass index. You may, whatever. You're going on a vegetarian diet
right.
there.
But none of these have to do with blood types.
No, like if you are a type O, go on the type A diet
right.
and you will see those same benefits, same effects.
But don't go on the type B diet.
So basically it seems like this guy, just took some pretty good diets, except for, the type B diet is.
Yeah, eat a bunch of fats and dairy products.
Although fats have gotten a bad rap.
Yeah, I mean, not all fats are bad. Of course, we know that, but
no, but supposedly
you don't want to eat just
the type
that.
B diet is not the one to go with.
No. So that was hokum.
Allegedly.
This, I'm at the risk of respecting our friends in Asia. I'm not going to call this complete hokum.
Well,
because they believe it pretty like we believe. Actually, I was going to say like we believe astrology. A lot of people here just have astrology as like a fun thing to read.
Yeah.
They really take it seriously in Japan, apparently.
Yeah. So, I don't know what you would compare it to over here. I don't even know that it has an analog.
Astrology.
I guess. The distinction is that like over there, more people definitely take it as fact.
Yes, I'm saying they take it way more seriously, but it's being born with something that determines your personality type.
Gotcha. So back in 1927, Takeji Furukawa, who is a professor at Tokyo Women's Teachers School, he decided that blood types, and this is based on his observations, but blood types and personality types were related somehow.
Yeah.
And he started to do some studies, and he decided, I've got this figured out. I've got them mapped. I have type A, type B,
yes.
type AB, and type O personality types mapped. And it actually caught on in the East big time, and still is today. And the Japanese actually have a word for a type of harassment, say basically getting passed over for a job or not getting into a certain school based on your blood type.
Yeah, Burahara?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Sure.
Is it good
I think it
pronunciation?
Was. Yeah.
I couldn't even pronounce that right. Wow.
But it's blood type harassment.
Yeah, and we'll go over these because it's
they're cute.
It's interesting. If you're blood type A, you are going to be kind and compassionate and put others before yourself. Mm-hmm. You're calm on the outside, but you have a lot of inner turmoil. But you're a good listener and you're going to have a lot of friends.
Yeah, and you get along with others well, but it's typically at the expense of your own sense of balance and happiness. You're just giving a little too much.
Yeah.
You're not speaking up for yourself necessarily in order to keep the peace.
That's right.
That's type A.
Yeah, type B is the George Clooney of blood types.
It's smug.
No, he's not smug.
What?
I don't think he's smug.
What? It's like his defining characteristic.
I don't think he's smug at all.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yes, I'm about to faint.
No, I don't find him smug at all. I think if you agree with someone, then you probably don't find them smug.
I agree with him in a lot of ways. I think it's a really cool thing to do, to spend your money to hire satellites to track warlords in Africa. That's about as cool a thing as you can do with your riches as anybody, right?
Sure.
I still think he's smug.
Yeah, I don't think he's smug.
I don't think he can help it.
I don't know. Maybe we have different definitions of smug. If you mean handsome and winning and charming, then yes, he's smug.
And being 110% aware that you're handsome and charming and winning at any given moment, down to the molecular level. That's my definition of smug.
Awareness of your good looks?
Overconfident self-awareness is smugness.
I'm on Team Clooney.
I'm not opposed to George Clooney. I just can't imagine not thinking he's smug.
Well, imagine it, baby.
Like, I don't even know you right now.
Well, that's because I'm a personality type B, blood type B, like my buddy George. That means I'm outgoing and friendly. I'm a people person, and I don't do that at the expense of my own feelings. It just comes naturally to me, George.
Whereas like a type A would, like, you're a people person, but you really expend a lot of energy being a people person. Type B, it's just, like you said, it just comes naturally.
You're very adjustable. You're good at a job if you have to deal with people. I don't think we've said that type A blood people don't like to have jobs where they deal with other people.
Right. It gives examples of programmers, accountants, writers, librarians are good jobs for type A's.
In type B, like Mr. Clooney, is not suitable for marriage because they are flirty and playful and smug.
Yeah, so say Korean women.
That's right.
You added the smug thing, by the way.
At the end?
Yes.
Of course I did.
That was pretty smug. Type AB, though, they are freedom-loving.
Yeah.
They're strong and rational.
Yeah.
They don't worry about the little things.
Nope.
They can look at life's challenges with emotion removed and say, this is what I need to do to get past this.
So they're psychopaths.
Not necessarily. They seem to not have issues with the relationships, and they're quite popular. They seem to be the winningest personality group.
All right, I'm going to go with psychopath for that.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but
you know?
Yeah, I don't think so.
And then finally we have personality O, blood type O. You're responsible and practical and rule conscious. You're a great leader and very determined to achieve your goals.
Yep.
You're physically strong, so you might be a good athlete.
Yeah, and they're most happy with other type O's or type ABs.
And that are the personality blood types. I had never heard of that.
That's all we know about blood types.
I thought that was pretty neat. I'd never heard that that was a big thing.
Yeah, Yumi told me about that. I was like, we're doing blood types. She's like, oh, you know about like Japanese blood types, right? Blood type personality types.
And you're like, what?
Yeah. She's like, like George Clooney, smug.
And you're like, we're meant to be together.
Right. It's funny. We just hold hands and watch Monuments Men are just like, oh my God. All right, Chuck. If people want to know more about blood types, I would steer clear of How Stuff Works, because it has one of the densest, most incomprehensible articles I've ever read in my life on the site about blood.
How's that for a plug?
It really needs rewriting.
Yeah. This thing you put together was great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And a lot of it was based on a Mosaic article by Carl Zimmer about blood types, which I strongly recommend you go read. And since I said Carl Zimmer, it's time for listener mail.
I'm going to call this Truck Driving Chemist. Guys, I was a truck driver from 05 to 08 and listened to your show back then. I left trucking to go to college, and I was taking chemistry. We had to do a research paper on a compound, and so I always want to know about diesel, so I looked into diesel. We should do one on diesel, he says. It sounds pretty interesting.
Let's do it.
I learned some really interesting thing about Rudolf Diesel's invention and about the man himself. The original diesel compound was actually made from peanuts. He invented the engine for small plants.
Was it George Washington Carver?
No, It was Rudolf Diesel.
Huh.
He invented the engine for small plants that could power not biological plants
like a power plant.
Yeah.
A diesel plant.
Yeah, you could power a warehouse to compete with the big industrial warehouses during the Industrial Revolution. So he was a man of the people.
Cool.
But here's the conspiracy theory part. Rudolf Diesel found out his diesel engine was going to be powering Germany's newest warships called Unterseeboots.
Oh, that means
undersea boats?
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to say?
Not that.
Not that. And he was really angry that they would use his invention for war. So he told a German naval representative that if they were going to use his diesel for war, he would take his designs to England so they would have it too and could counter Germany, and that Germany might as well not use it.
And they shot him on the spot.
Basically.
That's not a smart thing to announce.
No, he pushed all his chips in and lost. He told off the government, boarded a ferry to England in the evening to arrive in the morning. He left word to wake him since he had an appointment with the naval office in Britain. And when the ferry docked the next morning, he was gone. 8 days later, his body was found floating in the English Channel. And this all happened a few short years before World War I.
Wow, I can't believe that, government agents would assassinate somebody.
When they threatened to take a very important thing to another country?
Yeah.
So that sounds like a good podcast, he says. You have a man fighting for the common man, a man that didn't like his invention being used for war, an engine we still use today and could be using more in the future. And that is from Russ Fortney.
Russ, my friend, I think you just did a little mini podcast.
Very
right
neat.
There.
Sure.
Thanks a lot for that. Man, I love history.
Me too.
Love history.
Never knew about Rudolf Diesel.
No idea. I didn't even know it was somebody's last name. I just assumed it was a thing,
Yeah, me too. It's like Jimmy Gasoline.
Right. Or that Elizabeth Bacteria thing.
Yeah, Elizabeth Bacteria.
Jimmy Gasoline. If you want to tell us something that we don't know about that will blow our tops because it's so cool, like Russ, you can tweet to us at SYSK Podcast. You can join us on Facebook.com/StuffYouShouldKnow. You can send us an email to StuffPodcast@HowStuffWorks.com. And as always, join us on the web at our luxurious home, StuffYouShouldKnow.com.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit HowStuffWorks.com.
Hey everybody, here's a fact for you. In the United States, there is a break-in every 26 seconds, and that means that somewhere right now, an intruder is getting closer. And the problem with most security systems is that they only alert you after the break-in has started, and that's too late.
Well, that's what makes SimpliSafe different. They use alerts. SimpliSafe's US-based live agents, they identify threats on your property and help deter them before they actually break in. So the intruder never gets into your house. The crime is stopped before it even starts.
That's right. And another great thing about SimpliSafe is they have no long-term contracts. They give you peace of mind and great value with their monitoring deterrence plans because they just start at about $1 a day.
Yeah, SimpliSafe sent us a setup years back, and I still use mine every day.
Yeah, and apparently setup, you can do it by yourself in under 30 minutes, so it's a really good value and it doesn't take long.
So if you want to experience the SimpliSafe peace of mind, you can take advantage of the SimpliSafe discount offered to Stuff You Should Know listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting SimpliSafe.com/stuff. That's half off at SimpliSafe.com/stuff. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Every parent should know the car ride soundtrack. Are we there yet? How much longer? I'm bored. Well, if you're taking an extensive car ride anywhere and you've downloaded the Lingo Kids app prior to leaving the house, you may experience something strange, right, Chuck?
That's right. You may experience silence from the back seat. Your kid may go an entire car ride without asking once if they were there yet. How about that? And by chance of miracle, they may even ask if you could drive longer.
Yeah, that's the magic in Lingo Kids. Over 4,000 interactive games, songs, and shows, including their favorite Disney characters. It turns the longest drives into the easiest ones, and honestly, you won't understand why you didn't download it sooner.
That's right. Lingo Kids is the #1 entertainment platform for young kids, and it's free to download. Or go plus with the Lingo Kids subscription and unlock even more content your kids won't be able to get enough of. You can save up to 60% on the yearly plan. Just search Lingo Kids in the App Store or Google Play. Lingo Kids, everything kids love.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.